Welcome back. It's now time for episode 2 of A Defense in Critical Scholarship. I didn't really need to record that many episodes after all. I was able to get through the whole thing in just 2 episodes. Yay! All right, let's go. Critical scholarship has led to significant reevaluations of Buddhist doctrines and practices, fostering debates about the nature of enlightenment and the role of tradition. The adoption of critical methods has sparked debates about the interpretation of Islamic texts and the need for reform, influencing modern Islamic thought and practice. Critical approaches have encouraged contemporary Jews to engage with historical and critical perspectives, leading to reevaluations of traditional beliefs and practices. Critical scholarship has provided a more nuanced understanding of pagan traditions, challenging their romanticized views and fostering a more critical engagement with pagan practices. These examples illustrate how critical scholarship has been adopted across various religious traditions and the significant impact it has on the interpretation and practice of these religions. Beliefs should be balanced with critical scholarship. It's okay to choose to believe, which is not necessarily the same as blind faith believing, but use critical scholarship to balance those beliefs out. This way you don't become dogmatic or start taking any staunch positions. Deities are only extensions of our own ego. So spirituality is 100% psychological. I believe it's possible to engage with our own imagination, theistically speaking, while also acknowledging the psychological reality of what we're engaging with, our own egos, allowing for theistic practices combined with an atheistic understanding. The idea that deities are extensions of our own ego aligns with the psychological theories of religion. Carl Jung, for example, viewed gods and religions, or yeah, Carl Jung, for example, viewed gods and religious symbols as archetypes representing aspects of the human psyche. Many contemporary scholars and psychologists argue that spirituality is deeply intertwined with psychological processes. Engaging with religious practices can be seen as engaging with one's own inner world and imagination. The the concept of engaging with theistic practices while acknowledging their psychological basis is supported by scholars who view religious rituals and symbols as tools for personal and psychological growth. Beliefs can enhance mental health by increasing optimism and resilience. It can also reduce the risk of depression, substance abuse, and suicide. Belief systems often provide coping mechanisms for dealing with stress and adversity. Practices like prayer and meditation can help individuals manage their emotions and maintain a sense of calm. Beliefs can bring together people who share the same values, fostering a sense of community and social support. This can lead to stronger social networks and a greater sense of belonging. Religious and spiritual communities often provide support that can help individuals in times of need, offering both emotional and practical assistance. Studies have shown that religious faith can lead to positive health outcomes such as lower blood pressure, longer life expectancy, and better overall health. Practices like prayer and meditation have been compared to cognitive behavioral therapy in their ability to help individuals focus on positive thoughts and let go of negative ones. Beliefs can serve as mental shortcuts that help individuals make sense of the world and navigate complex environments efficiently, but beliefs, while often beneficial, can also have negative ramifications. Rigid or extreme beliefs can contribute to mental health problems such as anxiety, depression, and stress. For example, individuals with negative core beliefs about themselves may experience low self-esteem and feelings of worthlessness. Beliefs that are overly simplistic or dogmatic can lead to cognitive distortions, where individuals interpret experiences in a biased or irrational manner. This can result in negative thought patterns and emotional distress. Extreme or dogmatic beliefs can lead to social isolation, as individuals may distance themselves from those who do not share their views. This can result in a lack of social support and increased feelings of loneliness. Beliefs that are rigid and intolerant of differing perspectives can lead to conflict and discrimination. This is often seen in extremist groups that use their beliefs to justify hateful actions and attitudes. Holding on to rigid beliefs can increase stress levels, which in turn can lead to physical health problems such as high blood pressure, heart disease, and weakened immune function. Some belief systems may promote behaviors that are detrimental to either physical and or mental health, either by avoiding medical treatment, engaging in harmful rituals, or gaslighting believers and emotionally slash psychologically manipulating them. Critical scholarship promotes moderatism and prevents extremism. Critical scholarship is a tool that can be applied to any given set of beliefs, whether modern, ancient, mainstream, alternative, dominant, marginalized, textual, oral tradition, cultural, and or indigenous, and it completely dismantles everything. Believers that are not trained in critically analyzing their own beliefs may respond negatively, if not passive aggressively. If you start mentioning conclusions and perspectives that fly against their long held beliefs, in some cases you might get called a bigot of some sort, just because your knowledge alone offended their mere belief. But critical scholarship has a job to do irrespective of anybody's feelings regarding whatever set of beliefs. Be careful with it though. Don't use it to make fun of other believers. Anti-theists will intentionally make fun of all beliefs just to piss people off on purpose, and it's cringy. It's one thing if your scholarship pisses them off because you weren't careful enough. It's a completely different story if you're intentionally putting down their beliefs to their face just to piss them off on purpose. One could argue that blasphemy is offensive, but it also has a therapeutic purpose. It liberates oneself from previous imposed indoctrination from growing up, thereby legitimizing its practice by understanding that it's not for other people, but it's for the person practicing it. They're liberating themselves. I am wondering if a day will come when people are not taking mere beliefs so seriously anymore. Because for anybody, regardless of the context, to get upset over mere beliefs, that person is too deluded for their own good, whether mainstream or marginalized. I believe in critical scholarship. Offending beliefs is not necessarily the same thing as insulting a person directly or doing something hasty towards them, unless you're intentionally mocking their beliefs to them, but that's different. Beliefs are not the same as actual people. People are real and deserve respect. Beliefs are ideas abstractly held as they change and evolve. That's not an actual person in need of courtesy or deserving of any respect, but it is something arbitrary that can be debated. This doesn't mean you have to throw the beliefs out or stop the practices. It just means you'll have a deeper, more nuanced understanding of what it all really is. Psychological. Children engage with their own egos when they have imaginary friends. Deities for adults are no different. It's a quirk of humanity that has evolved over time. Before we started living in villages, which eventually led to cities and then nation states and empires. Before all of that, when we were still nomadic, tight knit groups and roaming, a belief in something could make people living in such isolated situations not feel so lonely anymore. And it gave and developed meaning to the world around them. And because of And because there are health benefits, I do not want to discourage beliefs, only to encourage critical scholarship to balance out your beliefs. If you think of religion as a therapeutic role play, you'll understand what I'm saying even better. Consider giving to my Cash App. It will help my channel grow and it would be much appreciated. Thank you. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Have a wonderful day.